All right, going back through our last performance against Iowa. This morning there we had a ball where a pick six and then 2 one-play big plays, 21 points. Where the game gets a little out of whack, started slow. I think we go 3 and out, with a pick, and then another 3 and out before we got into some offensive rhythm. Passing game struggled. Not just because Nate got hurt, I think Nate was 4 and 9. He's been struggling, so we got to keep working on that. Running game's okay, but we need to be a little bit more consistent. Defense settled down, held 17 in the second half, 126 yards of offense in the second half, 300 in the first half. Kicking was okay, didn't hurt us, but didn't impact us. Had a chance to down the ball inside the 20 a couple of times, but nothing significant in the kicking game. Effort's okay, still needs to be better. Standard of play needs to be better. We're capable of playing good football. We showed some good things, but and not an inconsistent game. Just gave up some plays and had a chance to make some. We had potentially 3 big drop passes. That would have been nice. We had a pick in the end zone in the game. So again, there's some opportunities for me to squander some things away. Performances that we thought were good on the offensive side. Tevin Coleman, Angelo Roberts, and Michael Cooper had good showings. Defensively, we thought guys that played well. Those aren't players of games, guys we thought played well. TJ Simmons, Dick Mangieri, Mark Murphy. Several good efforts in the kicking game. Skills, Simmons, and Kennedy. Stoner, a couple good plays, and kick cover, a couple tackles. So both those guys played well. Our players of the game on offense were Tevin Coleman. On defense with TJ Simmons. Special teams, we had some good performances. We didn't recognize the player of the game. No one outstanding. And a lot of guys played well. Kicking has gotten better. And not just the kickers, but the coverage. We need some more returns. I think the 2 kickoff returns we had started on the 14 and 15. Or 13 and 15. The others they kicked out of the end zone. So I'd like to get a little bit more out of the return game if we could. Our scouts of the week, Arthur Jones, as a defensive back. Second-year player, walk-on, good kid for us, did a nice job. And for the offensive side, recognize 2 guys, senior Michael Klogel, who plays special teams, does a great job, and Danny Cameron, quarterback, did a good job for us. So, coming out of the game injury-wise, of course, Nate has a shoulder injury. Visiting yesterday with the doctors, it is going to require surgery. He'll be out for the remainder of the year. So I'll give you 20 seconds to tweet. Okay, it's out. So he'll be out. Didn't know that until Sunday. So moving forward, whether it be with he being out now with Chris Covington, Xander Diamont, Nate Boudreaux, we won't have like a necessarily open competition, but those will be the guys we play with, and we'll move forward there. No one else really out of that game with a couple guys. We've lost a couple guys. Everyone does. It's a little bit of college ball. You got to overcome that, and believe we will. And so again, that's where we are health-wise. The rest of the guys, I think we're in pretty good shape. Good opportunity this week, playing a tremendous football team in Michigan State. Very, very solid, very aggressive, known for outstanding defense and playing well again, as they always do. With just guys in great position, great structure, challenge. Secondary with DBs that make plays with the ball, and a great blitz package, and well coached with Coach Narduzzi and with Coach D'Antonio and the culture that they've created. Offensively, their offenses came on strong. There's some guys that played with now for several years, have evolved to a team a couple years ago when they were young. They were a little bit out of sync and matured, and now they're one of the leading offense. I think they're 4th in the nation in scoring I believe that's correct. Very balanced in what they do. Really good running back, Jeremy Langford. Good misdirection with fly sweeps that they always do well. A great job with Connor Cook. I think one of the better, if not the best, one of the better quarterbacks in our conference, in the country. Throwing the ball to some good guys, quality offensive line. And then Coach D'Antonio's teams always pick it up with great kicking. Whether it be the punter, the kick game, they always have fakes up, their return unit. So that's why they're a top 10 team. That's why they're defending Big Ten champs and Rose Bowl champs. So they're awfully good, play awfully well. At the same time, our team is looking forward to the opportunity of playing a great team, playing at home for homecoming. And again, we've gotten significantly better. I expect our team to have a great week and have a strong showing against an outstanding opponent. It's going to be a good test. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know what you say, grades, but I think it's just, it was kind of slipping on him afterwards. And then, so again, I mean, those medical guys can tell you something, sit here and speculate, but there, sometimes there's a shoulder separates across back, how much ligament damage is there, or damage to rotator against his left one, so it's not his throwing side. So that being said, he should be able to make a pretty strong recovery because he plays a position that typically doesn't do a lot of hitting, and it's his non-throwing arm, so it should be a normal recovery. But I think the joint, when he landed, it wasn't a very, like even said, we were talking about yesterday, he's taking a lot of hits, a lot worse than that one. It's just the way he fell with the guys going on and just driving the ground as it dislocated. Basically, just tore enough damage where some things might be tightened up to keep that thing more secure in the joint.
How much will the offense have to change a little bit more of an option attack now?
I don't know. We kind of, we're not, we kind of do what we do a little bit. We emphasize, play the strengths and weaknesses of what guys do. So we're not sitting here just, running every play. I mean, we're one of the better running teams in the country, and we throw more balls than the people ahead of us. I mean, I think Army's thrown 34 passes. We're throwing about 30 a game. And so part of us running balls, you got to defend all the guys who defend the field, take shots down the field, shoot. Chris put two of them on target, should make all the big plays. He's got a great arm. One of his picks is a bad ball where the receiver should catch it and doesn't. So, I mean, we'll kind of do what we do, just do the thing. Again, you're going to see a tremendous defensive opponent, so you just got to put those guys in good places. Don't get cute, don't get fancy. We're not going to hand the ball off every play. That doesn't work. We're not going to be a true option team. Maybe the quarterback runs a little bit more. But, we'll play our strengths.
And how do you describe your son? He's given an opportunity. I mean, is he calm kid? Is he fully scared? Is he so nervous you're going to have to calm him down?
No, he's pretty good. So is all three of those guys. I mean, Chris's problem, is coming out of preseason. He wasn't cleared full go until the Bowling Green week. So he was limited in practice because he was coming off a knee injury. And, Diamond and Boudreaux got the bulk of the work. And as you watch him, you still think he gives you the best chance to play and to win with. And that's why we kind of went with him. But we'll see. He's a young guy. He's going to make some young guy mistakes. But he's a calm dude. He's very talented. It's going to be difficult this week because you're playing a team. But we got to put him in good situations. Play our strength. We got a pretty decent offensive line. And we'll do some things we can. Again, they're really good defense. They come at you. They cause turnovers. They cause sacks. So again, it's going to be a tough challenge no matter if you have, Peyton Manning sitting back there. It's a good defense you're playing this week. But we got to do everything we can to put them in a good position. We'll clean it up this week and see what we got.
So the other day that Dion wasn't ready, is that just because he's had some size or just not really ready?
Yeah, I mean, he's slight, 160-some pounds half the time. First word of Big Ten's big. So, and again, it's a young guy, it's just, Cody was 220, and so, he was a great quarterback in high school, recruited him as an athlete. Thought we needed him on defense, but with our depth situations and watch him play, we thought he'd be our viable option, and as he got it comfortable, we think he's the next best one. But Xander's a good player, throws it well, runs well. He's just a smaller guy, he's a freshman. So you got two freshmen. So you just got to be careful what you ask those guys. When you have freshmen with those mistakes, they're going to be challenged, but the defense is going to do everything they can to harass him and make his role uncomfortable. And in your quote, first place. So when we see just Chris, both guys, where's Nate Boudreaux fit into the mix? The other two guys are a little bit more athletic. We can run around a little bit more. Where Nate's Boudreaux is a version of Nate Sudfeld, taller guy, good arm, good mobility, but not as much of a runner. And again, we're not going to be an option tack. We just run the zone plays, and once in a while you can read it and pull it out. So the offense doesn't change anything. The play calls don't change. Just some of the slight schematics do because the quarterback now is a little bit more of a runner than a thrower. But we'll keep going. We're not going to throw 5 passes.
Does it help that had Trey running a lot of the same kind of stuff last year? Treating linemen is
It's the same plays. The call is the same. It's just that you cut the backside or you put him out and read it. So you either block the guy with by formation, and the other 5 linemen are blocking the same, double teaming for the same guy, pulling for the same guy, comboing for the same guy, man blocking for the same. It's called the same. Just just formation-wise, the quarterback becomes the blocker because he reads the guy. So it doesn't change anything.
Kevin, Michigan State, Purdue had a lot of success against Michigan State with the run, going wide, receiver blocking, which I know you guys do, but when you see that, not going into details, how do you, is that a key to maybe beating them as opposed to trying to go through the box, trying to blast them?
Well, like all teams, now Iowa's the same deal. I mean, in a different way, and different, slightly different, but not major. I mean, the way to play better defense is to outnumber and put players in position where they can't be blocked. And so, for example, we are halfway through. I think we've played by Big Ten standards I think maybe, if not one of the toughest schedules to date in our 6 games. And I think our run defense is now 51st in the country. Here goes 115. Well, our passing still struggles, but it's because we got the corners and safety supporting the run. You're out there one-on-one. A year ago we were bad in run D and pass. We've gotten a little bit better at run D. Michigan State's good at run D because of not just players, but because of structure and what they commit. And that being said, they're also good at their one-on-one. You got to make some one-on-one plays. And if you want to go sideways on these guys, you can. But man, they're flat-footed, fast coming downhill. So there ain't been a lot. I mean, Oregon's pretty fast and pretty good. And they just don't. Marcus Mariota made some individual great plays that look like in that game. And so again, the structure of what they do, the players they do it with, and the culture, they make it hard to do a lot of things. Straight ahead, sideways, you name it. And it's a combination of culture, schematics, and players. They have a tremendous defensive environment. At the same time, the game has gotten. You're looking at TCU last week, who was number 2 defense in the country, gives up 700 some yards, and on 4th down, the midfield goes for it because they don't want to give the team the other ball. The game's changed where there's not any 7-3 ball games. You don't play shut out football a lot. This is a really good Michigan State defense, and I'm sure they're mad for giving up 22 points a game. That's a lot more than their standard. That's a little bit of the game. We've got to find ways to score the ball and say, if we're going to Tevin Coleman's a good running back, we're just going to give it to Tevin and go and just run inside or outside. You got to have balance. You got to make the defend us all, defend it deep. Like I said, we had potentially 3 huge plays the other day that were there that we don't make in the perimeter receiver that are there. And with the next quarterback, I mean, you've got to keep your offense going. You got to stay in attack mode. And that's what we'll keep doing. We'll emphasize different things because of the talent of the quarterback and his youth, but you got to stay in attack mode.
Kevin, can you talk about Tevin Coleman a little bit and what he's been able to accomplish to this point?
Well, one, he's a good player for sure, but some of it too is needs to be a credit to the other guys. He's doing it by himself. One of the best plays I've ever saw in my life was his long 45-yard touchdown the other day where he ran towards their bench. And Nick Stoner had a guy playing man-to-man. He took off running as fast as he would run, as he's running for the track team, and took a guy 50 yards with him. And we had players who wanted to celebrate with Nick Stoner because it was a phenomenal effort. Where here he comes out and plays coming. He's got me. I mean, if you get a chance to see that play on TV, I would look at. We just showed it to our team. Like, this is a phenomenal play. So, if I'm Tevin, I'm grateful and thankful for that. I'm thankful that we're going to continue to throw the ball, and I'm grateful I got my second team tailback and third team tailback playing for me because I can play with them. I mean, it's a group effort. When you're running the ball decently like we are, it's a little bit of an attitude mindset. It's a group, and to me, it shows physical maturity. It shows physical development. It shows development of your team. If you can play 6 games and you're running the ball for 300 yards a game, because that ain't easy. And we're not doing it with the wishbone running in every play. And so that being said, Tevin's a huge part of it. He is a special player. And as a freshman, he worked like that guy Peterson did at Oklahoma. He was a guy. He had a phenomenal work ethic and a really high talent. But his work ethic and the type of kid he is might be better than the talent. And the talent's pretty good, because y'all see that. But we see it on Tuesday. He practiced. You come to practice. He practices that way. Matter of fact, sometimes in practice, I toot the whistle quick, because once he breaks out, he gets rolling now and he gets going, because he is a tremendous player, tremendous kid, one of the best players. He's good. And if he's really good, his team will keep playing for him. We'll keep getting the ball back. Our defense stops. He'll keep making plays that we can win games. And with that, our passing game, when we do get open on those shots, and we have the ability to catch the ball and throw the ball, we'll make some of those big one-on-one plays. Because with what's going on there, he's got a chance to have a huge impact for our football team. Because he's setting a standard of play, Button knows, because he's seen it. He's setting a standard of play. How you prepare, how you practice, and how you play. That's what it looks like. And as a coach, that's a lot more than any film session I can ever have. So I respect him, appreciate him, and we just look for it. I think we're just, and again, not these will have any big stat. We're going to play as good. We're going to play a couple of defenses. I mean, some of the best. I mean, shoot, this defense, I think Penn State's like second, third in the country in rushing. We're going to play some really good. Michigan's playing outstanding run. You look at the Big Ten defense. There's some really good run defenses. We're going to be limited because of quarterback, but it's going to take a team effort for him to keep doing what he's doing. I think Tevin would tell you he's got some good teammates, so we love him. He's pretty good. I think he would tell you he appreciates what his team does for him. So we got to keep building that thing. I gave him only 60 plays, you know, so by the time you do your throws, and then he made the comment he's good to go. When he comes out, it's because he needs a blow, and when he taps his arm, it's like the old basketball guy put his fist up. And so his deal, when he's good, there's not one plan or offense we don't do because Tevin's in the game, no calls. No, whether it be run, pass, protection, round, he's our best player. He has the green light, and with his deal, he goes hard enough, he gets gas, and he needs some blows. And he trains right, lives his life right. There's no issues with him except he sells out. He leaves it out there every day. Anything else?
What's the kind of temperament this Chris got that you have? Ralston is really complimentary, say, the place you had command of the huddle.
Oh, we're going to
command of the team, and
that's a cliche. See, you guys have media cliches, do you know? Media speak. Instead of coach speak, we have media speak now.
long list of those.
Right.
What kind of leader, what kind of demeanor is this?
He's a neat parent, well-raised kid, kind of in a tough environment, very strong mom, dad, good worker, good vibe. I mean, he's young, and he's got a lot of the right values. That's why when we looked at physically, we thought he could, but we thought he had the makeup of a quarterback, the makeup of a winner. And I think the same thing with Xander Diamond. He's a young guy, he's got some self-esteem, self-confidence, and they're different in their deal, but they're both for young guys. They've got the moxie and things won't. That when you're young, it's unusual. So he's not going to, have the big team talk. But I think Chris has the makeup of not just physically, but some things. I mean, he throws the ball a lot better than most people think. He has the strongest arm on the team. It's not close, and he can deliver the ball. And we got to put him in the right positions, teach him how to continue to communicate and see and play the game. He's got a makeup that's, to me, is pretty impressive.
You mentioned, Saturday, you want to have Xander earn his season.
Well, I didn't know if Nate had a shoulder separation. It might be a week and could be back. There's been an open date coming up. Well, now if you know, like 2 years ago, we had a kid break a leg and you knew it was done. So in that game, the freshman Nate Sudfeld played because okay, we're going to play Nietzsche this year. I didn't know until yesterday for sure that Nate was out. We didn't know him that Saturday. There's at the same time too, we're in a 2-score game and down the scoring zone. We're trying to score in a 16-point game, trying to make it 8 with a minute and a half to go. So the game's still kind of in flux. So we thought that was the best guy. But when we talked about it earlier in the game, the deal was we were going to ride Chris until we know. And now we know hey, we're probably going to need to play both. So if we need Xander or if we just want to get him win or we're struggling, we might see, there's a chance you might see both of them. Because I think as you go through the year, you're going to need them. So we'll see. We did that a couple of years ago. But that time wasn't like he wasn't ready or prepared as much as he's kind of been the third. Although he throws it pretty good, he's kind of the third. We just didn't know the significance of the injury.
You're probably going to have to play it now.
Correct. We potentially, although the game got close enough, the way the defense settled down, we potentially would have sat either played if we'd have known Nate was completely, at the time it was a separated shoulder. But once you do the MRI and he says, okay, it's shoulder, it's going to take 4 or 5 months here where he's out. Okay, different. If you know that Saturday, he might have gotten it Saturday, maybe not. But that comment was made thinking like, hey, is it just a separated shoulder? Is it grade 1, grade 2? You know, and because it's not going, you know, you might get him back here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks to search for. He's out. We'll have Xander next, and of course Boudreaux's been redshirted, so he can be, they're all available, and we'll use them all accordingly.
You talk about Chris's arm strength, how much it is just for, especially for a true freshman, just get that touch.
A little bit.
Fire.
Yeah, a little bit. And same thing with Jay Sean sees it every day, so he's used to it too. Because again, I know, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you give reps to your first team quarterback. But I think we've proven around here that we can play with a quarterback. So we know how to practice quarterback reps. We've had quarterbacks kind of play good. Right now, we haven't played as good. Our receiver play hasn't been as consistent. Quarterback hasn't been as good as it needs to be. And that's a challenge as we kind of keep evolving and keep those guys coming. So, and touch is a part of it. There's just between throwing the ball and passing the ball. And Chris can throw a football. But there's a little bit, like I say, when as a passion where you touch it up and you understand without lobbing and how to take a little bit off of something.
What about the film set? I mean, just one I assume it's critical that they get in the film set. They both receptive to that, they do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're limited with how much we can do by hours. Now we got these, part of why every athlete's got an iPad. And our guys are able to boot up our system and they can watch video 24/7 if they want to. It's used for academic iPads, but they use it now for academic services, for their note taking. It's an academic tool. It's also a video too. So a kid doesn't even need to come in here. Kevin Johnson can put together a videotape and say, these are your third down coverages. You get a chance to take a look at it. And so, man, it's kind of, everything's kind of at their fingertips. But they need to. So every 7 weeks ago, we got a great business school. If you just show up for class, you got to put in some time. And the quarterback's probably got to put in more time than anyway. I can't make it mandatory because we got a 20-hour, those kids got to put in time, and they know it. They typically do it.
That's what you like about the way you guys played the last 3 quarters.
Well, I didn't like the big plays we gave up early, and then settle down and be a little bit structurally clean. You know, we got to continue. We had some third down situations where we could have got some stops and didn't. We didn't come close to getting turnovers, which was a concern. And we quote talk about it. That's the hugest thing in games is turnovers. All of a sudden we have 3, but really, and it's unfortunate we had 3. One had a huge impact because it was a pick 6. But the real deal is we got to create plays. We talk. How can you, going into last week, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I was told this, I thought we were like first in passes defended and 4th in pass breakups going into last week. Is that right? 4th? Yeah, in pass. So how can you defend the pass and not have interceptions? Because one, you got to be good at being in position. And you got to have a structure and be coached to be in position. You've read your keys, your eyes. You're in position. Now, make the play and not just break it up. And sometimes it's a pass breakup because I got to rip it out. I mean, it's actually considered a pass breakup. But we're in better position. And the opportunities there, we got to cash in. And you can talk about it. My thing with this football team, are they pleased with what they're putting on tape? Because the one comment that I heard one of our players say that I disagree with strongly is when someone said that wasn't us. If you go out there and play like that, that's you. And you've seen what this team is capable of. And we're trying to hold them to, that is your standard. And we'll keep our consistency up. And we'll continue to try to coach better and put them in better positions. Call better plays, call better defensive schemes, make better adjustments. So as coaches, we ain't got anything figured out. We're gonna keep coming. We got a good thing in how we're doing it. Those kids are in position, they're capable of making plays. They got to start holding themselves to that winning standard that they can make those plays. Because you'll need it this week against Michigan State. You'll need it in the Big Ten East. We'll need it every game. And so I like where we're at, but we got to keep pushing to make plays. And I think it's a part of. I don't like the results. I don't like seniors not getting the wins they deserve. Their team needs to play better, and I expect them to, and they can. And it's just. Get a little bit off your margin, get a little bit on, you're good. A couple plays. And they're there. You got to make it. Ain't nobody give them away. We use the analogy of people out of work. They ain't somebody going to come knock on your job, your door and give you a job. You got to go get it. They ain't nobody giving us a victory. They ain't handing out success for our football team. We've worked hard. We've gotten better. We're in position. You got to go get it. You got to go do it. They're capable of doing it, but they ain't got to go do it. That's a choice. That's a choice that winning teams make. And we're just we're in position to do so, they got to put it on themselves because they can play, they're capable of playing very, very well. And they'll need to this week against a really outstanding Michigan State.
Kevin, when is, do you know when needs to be having surgery?
I think this Thursday, so I think this week. I think, sometimes those knees, and great question, sometimes those knees have some swelling and it takes a while. I think this week, I think it's during this week. I think it'll be, we'll know from there probably, will he be back for spring ball? Unfortunately for him, if it happens during the first 4 games, it's a redshirt year. After the 4th game, there's not. So, for him, this is his junior year. And like we share with the team, you can live with that now. I'm sorry you got hurt, but you can live with your 5 games and quarter and a half to play. You can live with it. Because last week I seen a Roundtree in Wednesday's practice towards Achilles. And he's a senior, his career's done. You can now live with your career because you can't do it again. As you live your life, I tell you guys, as you play the game, you live your life, you got to live with what's going on. So we got a great thing going on with the environment, the world, things in place, university commitment. You got to live with your performances. This team is very, very capable when it performs. We're going to keep pushing those guys and build those guys up because they're good enough players. There's enough good things going on for this team to have some success. Don't like being 3-3. We're better, but at the same time, we are 3-3. And that's where we are. We're playing a tremendous opponent this week for homecoming. And that ain't changing either. And at 3:35, we're teeing it up and we're kicking. And we need to have a good week and do our best to get after this team that we're playing. We're going to keep doing it this year because it's a good group that's worked hard. They ain't giving nothing away. And I need these guys hungry to go get them some stuff. Anything else?
Coach, can you talk quickly about the rivalry between you and Michigan State? You guys play for the old brass platoon. It's kind of a underreported or understated trophy game for Indiana.
Well, we're 2-14 the last go. You guys should report about it. You got a chance to. You guys want to do some Heisman ballot voting for Tevin? You guys got a tool. It's called an instrument. You're public right now, so if you want to promote him, feel free to. That's part of it. So it's the brass platoon. It's one of the trophy games of the league. They've had a good run of it right now. Our last win was about 2006, right? And so they've got a nice long run of it. We didn't play them every year since '93. I think we're 2-14 in that series. So they've controlled it. They've got this platoon, and we need to go get that thing. And if we don't play hard and play well, they'll keep it. If we want to go get it, we'll go get it. It'd be a great thing to have for our seniors and for our fans. It's a trophy game. But again, if we want those guys to keep it, they can keep it up there. They're a great team. It ain't going to be an easy game. We look forward to a good week.